Hello everyone, Coach Carole here again with more tech tips for genealogists in 2025. I'm focusing on how AI tools can help me with my writing. And today I'm going to focus on Claude to help me do that. First of all, I'll share with you the story that is developing in my Google Docs, where I store the responses from various AI tools that I use. So we'll share this one first. This is the result of a conversation with Perplexity using its deep research. And it had given me a comprehensive article about migration for my ancestors. You may recall, if you've seen the previous video to this one, how I did that. I have put all of this into my Google Docs from Perplexity. Now I want to use that in Claude. Let's hop over to Claude. And you'll see that I'm in my Evans Family Research project. I segment all of the things that I do now in Claude so that I can keep all the conversations related to each other for my research in the one place. So this one is all about my Evans family, and you'll see some of the conversations that I've already had about them and the life of Thomas Hugh Savage. I've uploaded the start of the story and my research notes. But now I want to upload the document that I've recently put in place in Google Docs from the work that Perplexity did in deep research. I can download that directly from Google Docs. If I don't see it in here, sometimes it takes a little while to pop into view. I can paste in the URL, which I have already done, and now you'll see that it's uploaded the Savage Family Transatlantic Crossings document. I can also add this to my project knowledge at any time so that it has that always in its project knowledge. I've put in place a prompt to ask Claude to create an outline for the story using appropriate segments to capture his life from early to later life. So I've explained that the plan is for a story of Thomas Hugh Savage. The documents are already in place in project knowledge. You can see over here, there are two of these, plus this one, the new one from Google Docs. I also want to choose a style, and I have created one of my own called Ancestral Storyteller, which will craft deeply introspective scholarly narratives that explore family history with empathetic insight. I'll choose that style. The model is Claude 3.5 Sonnet. I'm happy to leave that one in place, but there are more models that you can choose. Now let's see how Claude handles this task. It's a fairly complex one and involves looking at various documents. Claude is now thinking about what I have asked of it. It says it's contemplating, please stand by. It tells me now what it will do. It will create a structured outline for Thomas, and I'll think it through step by step. We'll come up with Thomas Hugh, 1904 to 1993, a journey across oceans and generations, and it's put it into the segments that I've asked for. There's a prologue about where he came from, his birthplace. Part 1 is the early years at the farm with his grandparents. A couple of chapters in there, a child's journey, coming of age. Part 2 is the call of Canada. There's a nice ring to it. Chapter 3 will be about the dreams beyond Wales, the post-war opportunities, etc., and leaving the farm. Chapter 4 is about the Atlantic crossings, and the journey aboard SS Montclair, what it was like for life in steerage, an arrival in St. John in New Brunswick. Then into part 3, building a new life. Chapter 5 is Toronto beginnings, where he settles down with his new wife, Emily May Wilkinson. Chapter 6 is about establishing roots, and we're now looking at the Depression years and their 1933 return to Wales and the birth of their daughter. Part 4 is family life and loss. And chapter 7 is called Growing Family, and we're now talking about the war years and then into the 1940 time period and life, what it was like where they lived in Toronto. Chapter 8 is the tragic turn, with Emily's mysterious journey to Quebec. Her untimely death in 1955 and adjusting to widowhood and maintaining family connections. And then part 5 is the final chapters for the years 55 to 93. Chapter 9 will be about his being a grandfather, Martha's marriage and the birth of his granddaughter, life in the Danforth area. And then chapter 10, last farewells, the loss of his daughter in 1985. And then an epilogue for 3 generations, reflecting on Thomas's journey, the impact of migration, family resilience, and connecting past to present. And Claude asked me, would I like it to expand on any particular section of the outline? We could also discuss how to incorporate specific historical context or family documents into certain chapters. So that will be my next step. I find that Claude does this particular task extremely well. It has created an outline for me that I can now work with in building my story for this ancestor and his life in Wales and Canada. I hope you've enjoyed this little step through using Claude to build the story of an ancestor. I'll be back in March with a different set of tips for genealogists in 2025. I hope you've enjoyed this series. There are now 13 of them, so please do have a look at the others that are waiting for you at my YouTube channel. Good luck with your journey into the use of AI tools and other tech tools to help expand your genealogy journey. Bye for now.